Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
He's charged with 32 counts of espionage. Nowhere in the history of this country can you find a defendant charged with 32 counts of espionage, and that's what Trump's charged with violating, walking around freely. Yeah. It doesn't happen. It is disgusting. It undermines confidence in the system. Trump should be in a prison cell now. He can do campaign things. And look, he'll be convicted. He can be president in prison. They'll have state dinners in the commissary. He can still do that. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, strip searching, the president of France coming through for the dinner.
Dean, one of the most disgusting sound bites we played is the one we played earlier. I don't know if you heard Trump joking this weekend about Paul Pelosi. How's her husband doing, by the way? Guess the wall didn't work around their house. I mean, this is a MAGA guy that believed his election lies, that was trying to assassinate the Speaker of the House, which is what they were trying to do on January 6th, who wasn't home and almost bludgeoned her husband to death. And it's like, so this is what
years old.
Yeah. And when you talk about MAGA, I mean, that's sort of the bigger problem. You said Trump calls for police to immediately shoot and kill shoplifters. MAGA crowd goes wild cheering. Trump is priming his base for more deadly violence. This is what a fascist movement looks like. I mean, that is the disturbing thing, is hearing the cheering.
Exactly, because Trump can say anything. It's the reaction by our fellow Americans and Republican leaders that tells so much. You know, at the speech in your state on Friday, Donald Trump talked about people running into stores and shoplifting.
Yeah.
And he goes, what they should be doing, he screams out, shot, and the place goes crazy. So Trump is saying the Constitution doesn't apply.
Yeah.
You have no right to due process. You should be executed on the allegation of being shoplifted. This is not people on the border, which is already vile. This is about American citizens killing them, and the base cheered, and they laughed at Paul Pelosi. MAGA is irredeemable. It is a vile fascist movement. And if Donald Trump gets in office, Steph, I get emails now from Trumpers not threatening me with anything now, but telling me, wait till Trump gets in, see what we're going to do then. They are going to enforce what Trump wants. They're going to come after you, Steph, and me, and many of us. It won't be Trump coming after Jim Obeidallah. He doesn't know me. It's his base.
In the liberal gulag, the Muslim section will be right next to the lesbians. So I feel like we'll be able to talk like through the bars.
We'll have like an open mic night like on Tuesdays. It's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So some jokes, maybe sing some songs.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the funniest guy in the camp. That's my goal. Or at least the second. If Fugelsang's in there, I'll be second funniest.
I get funniest girl. Okay. Yeah, you said anyone advocating ignoring or appeasing Trump. I urge you to read how that worked out for the world when the same was tried with Hitler in the 1930s. The only options when confronted with fascism are one, submit, or two, fight. I choose option 2, and I pray you do as well. And I just think we can't say enough. This is not hyperbole.
Yeah, this is really academically fascism. It's not me saying it's based on academics from Madeleine Albright's book about fascism, a warning, Timothy Snyder, in the books like How Democracies Die by Stephen Levitsky and a co-writer. They talk about what fascism is apart from Trump. And then it applies perfectly. And violence is a crucial element of all fascist movements.
Yeah.
The threat of violence to acquire power, retain power, that's what Trump's doing. He's getting his base primed for a moment when I'm going to need you to commit violence. And he won't say, go get them. He'll just talk about the threat they are, and they know what to do. His base knows what to do.
So let's talk about what just happened, because I keep saying, they're just a defense team for Trump, I guess. They are terrorists, actual ones, as I always say, in January 6th, economic terrorists. They almost tried to shut the government down. You said, let's not forget, nearly half the House GOP caucus voted today to shut down the government. The shutdown was avoided only because of 209 House Democrats who voted to fund the government. But they do this every time, and it's exhausting, isn't it?
It is, and we have to save because people are going to suffer. So Democrats do the right thing, and I'm glad. I'm a Democrat. I'm proud when they do the right thing. And in this case, you had to do the right thing. Millions of workers were going to not get paychecks, members of the military, TSA workers, and the list goes on. It could have affected beneficiaries for food stamps and WIC as time went on. So look, they did the right thing. I just want them to make this a big part of 2024. We're here to govern.
Yeah.
We're here to shut things down and to serve Donald Trump. And the media missed Donald Trump a week and a half ago in writing, called for them to shut down the government unless they defunded the prosecution of them. And, Matt Gaetz and the hard right was doing that for him. And there's no doubt in my mind. There was nothing they were going to compromise on. They were there for Trump. They were going to shut down the government because in his twisted mind, he thinks a government shutdown is going to stop the DOJ. It's not. They're already funded. That's not the issue.
I mean, we were saying too, the big difference in the parties is many prominent Democrats, have called for your home state Senator Menendez to step down because both sides don't do it. It is not, but that's, and I was just this Jamal Bowman pulling a fire alarm thing is another perfect example. I don't know why he did it. He shouldn't have done it. He should be, there should be punishment, I guess, for it. But it's like they literally are calling. Marjorie Taylor Greene encouraged her followers to demand Bowman be arrested and prosecuted by the DOJ, exactly the same as the January 6th defendants. 2 other Republicans penned a resolution to have him expelled from Congress or censured. I'm like, oh my God, they literally compared it exactly to the January, in which people were killed and police officers were beaten to some stupid prank that I don't really even understand.
Well, one big thing with Congressman Bowman is that the building he pulled the fire alarm in was the Cannon office building, not the U.S. Capitol.
Right.
The U.S. Capitol is across the street
Right.
and a forest street. The alarms don't go off in the Capitol. If you're trying to delay the vote, you don't pull the fire alarm in the Cannon office building where about a third to half of the members of the House are. That's just their offices. It's not the Capitol.
Yeah.
So first of all, it doesn't apply at all. Why he did it, I mean, he said he made a mistake. The doors were locked. It was a weekend. He thought he could open the door by pulling it. It wasn't an intentional effort to prevent Congress from doing their job. That's what January 6th terrorists were about. I wish Republicans were half as angry, the January 6th terrorists, as they are with Jamal Bowman. We'd be a better country for it. Instead, so is Marjorie Taylor Greene going to go visit Jamal Bowman if he's in jail?
Yeah.
Like she has the January 6th terrorists. Where's the Jamal Bowman being treated unfairly? All he did was pull a fire alarm. This is just remarkable.
I know. Dean Obeidallah, you have a fantastic show right here on Sirius XM, the Team Progress, the best team, channel 127. And I highly recommend it. And
Thank you. And I also recommend your show very, very highly as well.
you.
All of you. I'm really proud of everyone on our channel. They're great.
I know.
Yes, absolutely.
The best team, as I said. And you are one of our fantastic legal lads. And we thank you. I always say we forget that you're a legal lad because you're so funny. But, you're both.
I'm not as funny. I'm more legal now. So you can tell how my legal acumen's gotten better. I'm dreaming to be senior legal correspondent for Stephanie Miller. But you've got Glenn Kirschner. So, okay,
well,
I'll be junior.
You have a little legal hat, and then you have a little jingly clown hat with little jingly balls on it. Yeah, so you're just...
Tell Glenn we should open a law firm, Kirschner and Obeidallah. He can go first.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.